मैं लगातार देख रहा हूं संविधान को हाथ में पकड़ करके नाटक करने का काम जो कांग्रेस पार्टी ने किया है। संविधान को हाथ में पकड़ने से कुछ नहीं होता है, संविधान के अंदर में जो स्पिरिट है उसको समझना होगा।
They believe in regressive policy. How come if the constitution book is red and white and whatever it is matters? Matter is content.
कि इस संविधान में
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening and thank you for tuning in to a brand new episode of The Breaking Ground. I'm Deepti Sachdeva. So you've seen Rahul Gandhi actually doing this, holding the constitution up here, waving it to people and saying, Samvidhan ki raksha kaun karega, hum karenge. But imagine if the book that he's been holding, the book that he's been flagging quite literally like that, the mini book that is colored in red, is it blank? Has Rahul Gandhi been waving a blank constitution, a blank Samvidhan? That is a very, very serious charge. And if he has been doing this, is that not the biggest insult, the most gravest insult to our Samvidhan, to our constitution, to B.R. Ambedkar, to our ideals? What has Rahul Gandhi been doing? That is a question today the BJP is asking. You're wondering why? On your screens now, you're looking on the extreme right, images that have been captured of this Samvidhan, the mini Samvidhan book that Rahul Gandhi usually keeps in his jeans pocket. The moment he's out, he will start waving this, as if it's a fashion accessory. People have raised concerns about it. They've said, is this a prop? Is this just a marketing tool for Rahul Gandhi? But what is worse is that these copies of the Samvidhan that apparently were distributed in Nagpur have turned out to be blank, khali, completely blank. Now, the Congress has responded to this. They said this was just a mere notebook. But then, why do you do this in the garb of the Constitution? And hence, is the Congress, ladies and gentlemen, not guilty of playing with our Constitution? It's a very, very serious debate, I think, that must be undertaken. And that's why let's bring up the top 5 questions at 5. Will Rahul Gandhi be responding to these questions? I do not know, but all these are questions that he must take serious note of. We want to know, first up, has Rahul Gandhi been flaunting the Samvidhan with blank pages? Remember the Chota Sa book, like, he has a new phone or something and he's just using it like this? Was that blank, just blank pages? Is that what the value of the Samvidhan is for the Congress party? This brings us to our second question now that's going to go up on your screens. Is the Constitution then, ladies and gentlemen, just a mere prop for the Congress and for Rahul Gandhi? Prop is like, any object that you use as a part of your drama or a theatrics. So is this plain simple drama? If not, Rahul Gandhi must respond to these charges. The third question now that's going to go up on your screens. The BJP says that the Congress is guilty of using our Samvidhan, our constitution, as a marketing tool. Is that true? If that is not true, we must know that. Either ways, we must know. Now, you would realize, as we'll bring up our next question on our screens, there has been a lot of conversation about save democracy. Democracy khatre mein hai, Samvidhan khatre mein hai. Remember in the run-up to the 2024 battle, something that ensures that the Congress goes up from their tally in the last 2019 election to a 99 in 24. Save democracy to save the Constitution. Who is guilty of spreading lies? Who's guilty of spreading lies and speaking lies and canards to all of us? The final question, has this entire Samvidhan stunt, ladies and gentlemen, backfired on the Congress? Because if this was a khali Samvidhan book that has been used by Rahul Gandhi, why was he doing this if this is just not a drama? Let's take all those questions to our panel of guests joining us. I will say good evening to Mukesh Tyagi, who's the BJP spokesperson on the show, along with Abhishek Sudhir, who's a noted lawyer. Krishna Hegdeji represents the Shiv Sena of the Shinde faction. We also have Pooja Mishra, the Samajwadi Party's spokesperson, with us, and Nikul Patel, who represents the Congress. Let's begin, Nikul, by asking you, what is the point? What do you want to achieve by, using a blank Samvidhan? This book that Rahul Gandhi has been using, Nicole, time and again like this, that you keep in the back of your jeans because it's a fashion accessory for you. Have you been using a blank Samvidhan?
The book of Constitution in the pocket is the pride for every citizen.
But not a
And
blank
I would
one.
like to say that Member of Parliament, Rahul Gandhi, is having the due right to carry the book in his pocket. Secondly, he is the person who is representing the opposition, and in the entire election campaign, he had said that we will respect and cultivate the value of this constitution, and that is what the people of the country had responded in Lok Sabha election 2024 against the Modi government, and how last 10 years people were facing the difficulty in the implementation of the constitution,
No,
and that is the
Nicole,
verdict
you're not
what we
answering
get
my
in the
question.
election. So I
Nicole,
think
you're not
nothing is
answering
being
my
wrong
question, and
of
people are
holding
noticing
the
this. For the
constitution
second
book
time,
in
I'm
the
asking you, has Rahul Gandhi been literally using a blank Samvidhan copy? Blank Samvidhan, Khali Samvidhan.
It is a book, constitution book. Whether it is blank or not, you can ask Rahul Gandhi himself.
Imagine you
It is
represent
a
the Congress, so you
constitution
don't
book, it's
know.
not blank.
You
can
tell
go and
me
refer.
you don't know. I want to put out those images earlier that have also now been used by the BJP. Can you tell me all this is
BJP
fake?
doing the
No,
propaganda.
one second,
BJP
Nicole.
is doing the propaganda.
They are doing a
BJP is
propaganda.
doing
What are you
propaganda
doing?
because in
Why were you
Maharashtra they
distributing
think
these
that
blank?
They are going to lose
Why,
election based
Nicole?
on the same campaign technology.
Nicole, wait. I will have to ask you this question, because even if you shout over me, this question has to be asked. Why were you distributing
I'm not
these?
shouting, I am
Why
replying
were
to
you
your query.
distributing these blank constitution books there? Why?
Who is distributing?
The Congress did this, and the Congress has
Who said?
admitted. They
It's
said
the
ये
Bharatiya
notebook
Janata
थी.
Party propaganda. Bharatiya Janata Party is spreading
अरे
this
नहीं,
thought
आप
poll.
रिसर्च करके
They
नहीं
are-
आए,
they-
निकुल.
they
निकुल,
don't
आप
know.
रिसर्च करके
they
नहीं आए. The
feel that
Congress has
in
said,
Maharashtra, they
the
are going to
Congress
lose
has
the election.
officially said that this was a notebook. This is a notebook with only the Samvidhan cover.
BJP is telling the false thing. That is what the propaganda is. BJP is propaganda.
I'm saying the Congress has said this, Nicole. If you want, we'll play out a reaction also.
BJP is telling that it is wrong constitution book. I am telling it's a BJP propaganda of doing such thing, and they are feeling that in Maharashtra they are going to lose the election, so they have to come out with something which is they are feeling that we are insulting constitution. This is not the correct. Rahul Gandhi is holding the book of constitution, and that is very correct, and his due right to uphold
Why you
the
are allowed,
constitutional values.
Pooja, is the India Alliance allowed to use the constitution as a prop? Is this some kind of a propaganda for you, a marketing tool? संविधान में विश्वास मत करिए, but संविधान का मजाक बनाइए by using a blank constitution that is distributed copies of that to people in Nagpur.
No, Deepti. I think India Alliance doesn't support any kind of these things. पर हाँ, ये कह रहा prop की तरह use किया है. No, I don't think that India Alliance or the Congress used as that book as prop. नहीं use किया. हम संविधान के लिए बात करते रहे.
That image, पूजा वो तस्वीर स्क्रीन्स पर चल रही है ना. कांग्रेस ने डिनाई नहीं किया है. ये निकुल को पता नहीं है, लेकिन मैं आपको बता रही हूँ. कांग्रेस ये कहती है कि ये एक नोटबुक है जिसका कवर सिर्फ संविधान की तरह है. तो ये क्या मजाक है?
This is not a joke. अगर संविधान का कवर लगा हुआ है और वहां पे अगर वो खाली भी है, मुझे लगता है अगर it's empty also, देयर पीपल उसमें लिख सकते हैं आराम से. ऐसा तो नहीं है कि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का जो है वहां पे इंसल्ट होने लगा था.
You know the Constitution is a sacred book, Pooja, for God's sake. The Constitution is a sacred book, Krishna Hegde ji, isn't it?
I know the Constitution.
No, had the BJP done this, you would have been out on the streets protesting against them. You also know this, Pooja.
BJP does that.
Krishna Hegde ji, what is the problem in distributing blank, notebooks? Pooja says कि उसके अंदर लिख सकते थे. There was a lot of space, people could write things.
Dipti, let me tell you, Rahul Gandhi's stunt of carrying the constitution as a prop has backfired very badly on him. And now the people of India know the entire truth, what he was holding in his hand. Now let me tell you something, that this is the same Rahul Gandhi who said, संविधान को खतरा है, संविधान को धोखा है, संविधान बदला जाएगा. And he, misguided the minorities and the Dalits and got a few votes during the last Lok Sabha elections. And the same Rahul Gandhi went to US after a couple of months and he said that reservation should be abolished. So this is a double-faced Rahul Gandhi. First he says something in India for votes, then he goes and caters to an international population and says something else in the US. Now what he has done the other day before yesterday was extremely serious. And what the Congress party is saying, this is a notepad. You are insulting the Constitution of India by calling it a notepad and giving a notepad with blank pages with Constitution of India, which is a sacred book, written on it. And then this is like your empty election promises. Like you say, give your promise and do not deliver. Same way you have written Constitution of India and given blank pages inside. And over that it is such a serious matter. These are the same people who went and defeated Baba Sahib Ambedkar, Bharat Ratna Baba Sahib Ambedkar, in every election that he contested. And Baba Sahib Ambedkar, who's the drafter and who's written the Constitution, is now again humiliated by them because they're using the Constitution as a tool and as a prop. And, discarding the people of India.
Okay, Krishna Egreji has raised a good charge. He's raised a good charge, Nicole. I think you will have to respond to that, but I will get Abhishek and Mukeshji to first speak up. Because, Nicole, he's saying it's as empty as your empty promises. Khatakhat, paisa aayega, uske baad kehte hai paisa hi nahi hai. Aise khali constitution, Abhishek. I mean, because you're also a lawyer now, tell me, according to the Samvidhan, which is a sacred book of the society, of, our law, can an empty constitution book like this be used, as a notebook or for anything else? Because who knows where is that book going to go next? Isn't that a prop?
Yeah, of course, it's being used as a prop, Deepti. We have an Emblems Act where you have the improper usage of the emblems, but unfortunately, we don't have a policy against the printing of the Constitution in this manner. There was an RTI filed in June of 2015, and the Ministry of Law and Justice responded that as of now, no, we don't have any guidelines or a policy on how the Constitution is to be printed, the quality of paper on which it is to be printed. That being said, if the Constitution of India, the title of the Constitution of India is being used to print notebooks, that is extremely insulting. And I think it's time that the Ministry of Law and Justice comes up with a policy. You put pictures of houses or hills or, some scenery and you distribute notebooks. This is the Constitution of India, for God's sake. And yes, as you say, Rahul Gandhi has been waving the Constitution now for the better part of a year. And to pass out an empty Constitution with nothing inside, at least you want to educate your voter. Go ahead. Print the Constitution, print it in Marathi, a Marathi translation, print a Hindi translation, print it in English, distribute it, educate the people. You have every right to do that. It is your Constitution as much as it's my Constitution. But I'm sorry, this is not a prop. The Constitution of India cannot be used as a cover for a notebook, for God's sake. And I'm appalled by the Samajwadi Party spokesperson saying, "Logo ko kya likhna hai, andar wo likh sakte hai." The Constitution of India, you cannot just write what you want into the Constitution of India.
And these are people, Abhishek, who will come and say कि संविधान खतरे में है, आरक्षण खत्म कर दिया जाएगा.
No, they have not read the Constitution, because clearly that this Constitution that they've been distributing, like Rahul Gandhi's mind is completely blank. The man has not educated himself about the Constitution of India. And the fact that they're distributing blank Constitution, you know why they're distributing this? To save money. They don't want to actually print the words of the Constitution into this book. It's a gimmick. They don't want to eat into their election budget. You say this is a gimmick. You also taken a personal jibe at Rahul Gandhi. I will quickly let Nicole respond to that, Mukeshji, before I come to you. Nicole?
See, I would again like to say that which book we are discussing, the book which Rahul Gandhi is holding in his hand, that book is what you are telling that's blank, then you have to go and check. You cannot.
How do you know if it is not blank? See, till now, Nicole, till now there was no doubt. No one said this. It is only when the Congress was distributing these blank copies that people are asking that have you been showing the blank Samvidhan only, no, Nicole?
Of him to withhold the values of that Constitution, being the member of Parliament.
If there is nothing written on that Constitution ka book, it is khali. How will you save Samvidhan? How will you save Samvidhan?
He is holding in his hand, then you are not correct.
You yourself don't know anything. Now, that is the problem, Nicole.
I am knowing very well. I am again asking you.
No, how do you know this?
Like
कहते हैं ना, ये आपकी चोरी पकड़ी गई. नागपुर में जो चोरी हो रही थी वो पकड़ी गई. तस्वीरें आ गई, Nicole. I do not know. No. I will get Mukeshji now to respond to this. Mukeshji, are you guilty of, just extrapolating this entire issue because आपके पास और कुछ नहीं रह गया? Is what the Congress has been alleging. They say this is the same BJP who is against the Constitution, who wants to change the Constitution, and you're going after a poor Rahul Gandhi who's out there to save the Samvidhan.
Deepti, good evening to everyone. Tell me in which manifesto we have ever mentioned that we will change the constitution. Show me right from historically.
But your multiple
If I
leaders
been
have, Mukeshji. Your multiple leaders have
that's-
said this in the
but-
run-up to the
but-
2024 battle, sir.
But it has been never part of our official manifesto. Let
Yes.
people say anything. Even Rahul Gandhi has said he'll scrap the reservation. Rahul Gandhi, I think allegiance to Bible is much greater than the Constitution of India. And no wonder when George Punia was walking with him in the India Bharat Yatra, he said, I want to walk with my shoes so that the soil of India does not impure me. So that kind of reverence Mr. Rahul Gandhi has got for the country. He's actually, it's a very juvenile display what he did today. I mean, he's flashing the Indian constitution with the blank pages. Maybe he's trying also at the same time, giving very preposterous signal to the world that I will write the Indian constitution again over Baba Sahib Ambedkar's constitution.
You are saying Rahul Gandhi wants to rewrite the constitution? That's what you're saying?
I think that because there, if you see the history is so deplorable. I mean, right from Congress rule, they dismissed 90 times constitutionally elected state government. They imposed emergency. They have misused constitution in every tenure Congress has come to India. Manmohan Singh said reservation first right goes to Muslims on the natural resources. Emergency is a long story. If I keep on telling, the program will be very short. So this is the regard of Congress for constitution. If I had been a spokesperson for Congress, Deepti, I would have offered a national apology that yes, it is
good
a blunder.
Point. I think that's a good point, Mukeshji, and you've given a hint. You've not just given a hint, you've given the pura answer now to Nicole. Nicole, let's face it. गलती हुई है तो सॉरी बोल दीजिए ना. राहुल गांधी से इस मोहब्बत की दुकान में गलती हो जाती है, मान लीजिए ना गलती. Nicole.
My Bharatiya Janata Party friend is telling that we want to rewrite, but he don't know there is a due procedure for amendment of the entire constitution. And what he is telling that
Nicole, you're falling in a trap. Nicole, you're falling in a trap now. Let me tell you, Mukesh ji has set a trap for you. You're falling in that trap.
To tell that Congress is not following the constitution. That is what he's reflecting on a national television.
Nicole, forget everything. Why don't you say sorry? Why don't you say sorry? Sorry, we will ensure that we will respect the constitution.
If you see, there was a draft constitution, there was a discussion, and then it was finally submitted to the parliament and it was passed. My friend is telling that somebody wants to rewrite the constitution. That is not the way.
No, that is why you've left it khali, no? Because you want to rewrite.
That Congress is
that is why you left it khali, Nicole. पूरी बात सुनिए ना. No. ये glass half full, half empty मत देखा करिए. Nicole. No. Please, Nicole. I want you to address the elephant in the room. Was this an empty constitution or not? The answer is on our screens. Why did the Congress do this, Nicole? Say sorry.
I will say that we respect the ethics and value of the constitution. Bharatiya Janata Party don't know the procedure for the amendment of the constitution, and that is why that person is telling the false thing on the national television that somebody wants to rewrite the constitution.
Okay, Mukesh ji is lying. Mukesh ji, you are lying. Mukesh ji, you are lying. No proof.
Acha, just tell me what is the Golaknath case, what is Keshwanand Bharti case, which section that article directive principles like fundamental rights. Don't teach me constitution. I know what is the way to amend the constitution. I am just trying to display your sinister designs that you want to amend this constitution because you have a very bad history. You have a very deplorable historical credentials of mutilating India's democracy. Rahul Gandhi went to United States and mocking upon our democracy in the United States. He's trying to draw sympathy of China. I think maybe this was printed by Chinese printing press, which was given to you in the red color and which you have distributed without even applying your mind.
Nicole is having some water because yes, he needs to be back in this debate. I want to get in Krishna Hegde with the last question. No, Krishna Hegde, this Khali Samvidhan, do you think that the voter will respond in Maharashtra? Big important elections for both sides.
No, Deepti, it's not about the voters. This is an insult to the constitution. It is an insult to Baba Sahib Ambedkar. It is an insult to the people of India. And that is more serious. It is nothing about votes. Votes will come, elections will come and go. But this kind of humiliation, what they are doing, is extremely not, agreeable. Thirdly, they are not running a mohabbat ki dukaan, they are running a jhoot ki dukaan.
Okay.
And
मोहब्बत की
nowhere
दुकान,
has-
झूठ की दुकान, खाली संविधान, बहुत गड़बड़ है. Like they said, हरियाणा में जलेबी सब कुछ हो गया है. But Nicole, please tell your leader that he needs to tell us whether this was a khali संविधान or not. Has he been flashing a khali संविधान? Our viewers would want to know an answer to that question. Pooja and all gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. We'll continue to track that story. We head into a quick break now.